gonna grab some water. You get the stream going and everything for the vlog.
All right, we are back. It is the Canadian Grand Prix, the Bobby Barr 150 Canadian Grand Prix. We're done with the holidays. We are back to racing. Hope you all had a good Christmas if you celebrate. Hope you had a good New Year if you celebrate. But we're finally back. We're glad to be back. And should be an interesting race. Canada is always a favorite of everyone here. A lot of drivers love Canada as cars are starting to come out the garage. None of our drivers, however, have left yet, it seems. A lot of people are getting set up. Looks like we got our first McLaren out. And our first Red Bull out. Cars are starting to go around. Now we're seeing a bunch of people. Blue is going to be heading out now. Mercedes got held up a little heading out. We got a line of cars heading out to get their laps in. Andrew, though.
In Montreal?
Yeah, we are in Canada, Montreal. There are, as a fellow Canadian, we have a lot of Canadians on this grid. What would be your mentality coming into a race like this? In your home, your home race?
You know what? At the breakfast table this morning, I hope they put away the table syrup, brought out the real stuff. You know, special occasion, you want the good maple syrup for this race.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Beautiful day here at Parc Jean Drapeau in the city of Montreal. Yeah, lovely stuff to see. Just hope everyone has fun, you know?
That's what you want to see. At the end of the day, this is, we're here for fun, we're here to have fun. This is basically a men's softball league, but it's an excuse for all of us to stay up late at night while talking to each other.
Hey, sometimes that's what it's all about, you know?
That's what it's all about. Andrew now coming by the wall of champions. He has a clean hairpin leading up into that. He's officially going to be the first one to get his lap started for the BRL. We'll see what kind of pace he can set here. I wonder what the top 10 is going to look like. This is a pretty fast track. It's not the most difficult track I think we'll be racing on this year, but it'll be interesting to see who's going to take pole. What are the splits going to be between the top 10? And I think even if you qualify outside the top 10, you'll have a good shot at getting points here.
Jockstrap did have a wonderful practice session earlier in the weekend.
That is true, he did. I saw him putting up some blistering times there, both Mercedes as well. Same with Ferrari, bullying the competition out there, as we've seen.
I'm curious if the fact that he's a Frenchman, despite not being the real French, you know, only Parisian French, if that plays an advantage being in Montreal here today.
Yes, do you understand the French better? Like, let's say a French person comes over to Quebec, and they hear this French-Canadian stuff. Right? Just like, what the fuck did you just say to me?
Well, they would say that if they could understand even that they were words coming out of that person's mouth.
Andrew, the 111 too. That's not bad.
We have a yellow flag in second one.
Adam finishing his lap, I believe. It's a 112.
As we have Nikita Matsman slow going here.
Oh, and a 5-place grid penalty for illegal blocking.
Yeah, he was slow going down in sector 1 after the first set of turns there. No idea what that was about.
Lightning setting provisional pole with a 195.
That's a good lap.
That's a great lap.
Oh dear, as it doesn't use the grid penalty for a collision with Ocon.
Oh wow, we're already seeing a pretty tight leaderboard here. Oh, Austin's diving into the pits, aborting his lap.
Darkness struggling to straighten out after a spin after what looks like the first set of corners after that right-hander coming off the first turn. As he spins again coming into the grass as he re-enters the track.
We just got Carter catching a toe from his teammate. Now he's coming up on the AlphaTauri here. Let's see. What's Carter gonna get here? Looks like
very wide berth out of that hairpin.
Yep. Did get the toe from his teammate. Maybe that helped him down there on that that little stretch out there. Wonder if that was planned or if that was just like a, hey, I'm here, give me a toe. Carter coming around. slipped a little bit on the entry there. He is going to set a 1:11.6 that is going to put him in P10.
That's rough. I do think the hairpin impacted him quite a bit on that lap.
It certainly did. Certainly looked like
There's
it.
another red flag here. Let's check on Doesn't Use the Darkness. He is somewhere.
Using sector 3 along, hitting the DRS straight.
With no front wing.
Yep.
Losing the front wing, losing that extra weight as he heads down the straight.
He'll be heading to the pits. Looks like Austin and also Eric are going to be coming out on their first laps. They still need a set of time. Eric just going through sector 1 right now. Pigeon! Well, the 1:09.4 just takes pole just by a tenth. I have a
As we
feeling.
see our first set of laps ending, I'm going to head out to the crowd, see if we can get some crowd reactions to this.
Yeah, you know, folks, as sports are getting canceled left and right, you know, we get a lot of COVID cancellations. We got to keep people safe, but hey, that means, well, those sports are getting canceled. We get a lot of people coming to the BRL. Isn't that right, Gerard?
Oh, you know what? Yeah, I actually have someone right here. Let's talk to him.
Hey, this is to the fine folks at the Buster Racing League, and it's from Gunther. It's Bruce Boudreau talking on behalf of Gunther. And this is just a general hi. Hi to the Bobby Bar 150 Canadian Grand Prix. I don't know if you guys crash, what you drink before you drive, what you're doing, but I hope you're having fun. And let's keep it up and be safe, and we'll talk to you next game.
Wow, well, we have some great fans here at the Buster.
Oh my
Racing
God,
League,
I cannot
as you can
believe
see right about that. Bruce Boudreau of the National Hockey League's Vancouver Canucks taking a break from his heavy schedule to join us here in Montreal.
Thank you so much. You know, you never know who you'll run into in the paddock here.
Truly.
I didn't even know Bruce was a really big racing fan, but I'm glad to see Gabby out here. No doubt having fun. He's living it up.
Yeah, you know, good for him. Just got back in the line of work. You know, rumors that he would be an assistant in Toronto last season didn't pan out. Back in the saddle with the Vancouver Canucks, off to a very good start for his team. Good luck to him for the rest of the season.
I think, you know, I wouldn't be shocked if we see Gabby winning Jack Adams this year.
No, and deservedly so.
If the Canucks keep this up, I definitely think he will. Eric, though, back to racing now. Eric going into the Rolex hairpin. Because he's got a wide exit here too, just kind of like Carter did. He's going on the casino straight right now with that DRS flap open. Gerard, what is DRS and what does it do?
Well, see, the DRS is what we call the drag reduction system. It's where that back flap on the car just splits open, opening up and reducing your drag significantly down the straight, allowing you to get even lesser drag reductions, or drag forces, I should say, and allowing you to propel yourself further down that straight line.
Eric slammed his wing coming in Wall of Champions. That puts him at a 1:10.6. He's P7 right behind Carter, who's also at a 1:10.6. Also to mention, Austin finished his lap. He was the 102 that we haven't seen finish his lap. He had a 1:09.8. 1:09.8. As Lightning is on his lap now. He's almost 2/10 up. He is 4/10 up on his time through Sector 2.
Yeah, we're going to see some times plummet here as the track evolves further into the qualifying session, as we have another yellow flag as Andrew is out.
Will we see a 109 flat, maybe a 108? Who knows? We didn't even do a lightning can. Here he comes through these turns, goes through Wall of Champions cleanly. A 109 flat. Oh my God, he was so close to a 108. He was so close to a 108.
As that Haas and Alfa Romeo creating a set of obstacles for all the drivers, as the AlphaTauri there almost collides with them. Dangerous driving from the Haas drivers down there.
Let's see here. Eric at Mercedes, he's on his lap. He's, I believe he is a little slower through the first two sectors. Let's see how he has a sector. Let's see how sector 3 is. Can he improve? He has a 1:10.2. He does a 1:09.9 that puts him in P4. There's
a lot of traffic in the first sector here. That might impact the Ferrari coming in on a hot lap.
Oh, damn! Massive quarter cut. Whoa! Understandably, he is 3/10 up on that one. My God, Dave.
You know what? In his fairness, there was a lot of traffic there for him to maneuver around. Don't know if that line was the correct line to take under set maneuvers.
I don't know if that was the correct line to take.
Yeah, he is making this track his own in more ways than one.
He's gonna. I think Dave's he's looking at a podium spot here to start.
Is this a hot lap?
Oh yeah, this is a lap. This lap
Oh my
counts.
God. I don't know if we should actually count this.
I don't know. I mean, hey, if the game's not throwing any flags on him saying, hey, no corner cutting, I guess it's legal.
I have to wonder.
It puts him in P3.
I have to wonder if Michael Massey is still employed at this point for this race to see that in action. That's shameful from the Buster Racing League operation.
Oh man.
That was something.
That was.
You know what? Ferrari cutting that section in Canada is not something we haven't seen before. Obviously, with Sebastian Vettel in 2019, obviously he was penalized for that, and the FIA decided not to pursue further action on this one. Maybe as a comeuppance or like repentance on that call. Maybe they admit that they had fault with it, so they're paying it forward here with a new Ferrari driver. I don't know.
Pigeon not able to improve on his time. He's still in second place with a 109.4. Man, a 109 flat to.
That's a good lap.
That's a great.
Not even a cheater can achieve that, as we saw with Dave. So. This Pigeon is here.
Is Pigeon? I think Pigeon's going for another lap here, by the looks of it.
I think so. It looks like it.
He got a little loose coming onto that first DRS straight. Oh, he's a 10th up. This will at least separate the gap from Dave. If you can keep this up. Or create a bigger gap, at least. Let's see, what's Pigeon gonna set here?
Gonna be a close one.
109.3, he improves a little. Still not enough, though.
We'll see. He has 6 minutes here. I wonder if we see him try one more on the last set of tires.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, there is plenty of time. That's definitely an advantage of a shorter track like this. You don't have to panic. You don't have to panic quite as much. Carter up on his time, barely to a 10th, just under a 10th. As he's going into Sector 3, he's gonna hit this DRS straight, the drug reduction system. Don't do drugs, kids. Pay attention to school. No. Listen to your teachers.
Instead of drugs, try out one of Sweetums' new best products, the Bobby Bar.
The Bobby Bar.
Sweetums. If you can't beat them, Sweetums.
Pardon, 110.3, he does improve, but he is still in P6, right behind Eric, who has a 109.9.
People have often said this season is a campaign. For me, it's a camp pleasure, you know?
But, Droid, you know, we try not to be a political show, but what about Bobby Newport? Why do you support Bobby Newport? What of his policies does it for you?
You know what? The man is not afraid of crime. Is not a fan of crime, I should say, and he isn't afraid to admit it. And that's commendable to me.
Yeah, I'm not. Hey, I mean, who is a fan of crime, honestly? Except criminals, right?
Obviously. But it's Bobby's willingness to not stand by the wayside and do whatever it takes to show his dad that he can do whatever he can choose to do. That's commendable for me in a candidate.
That's what you like to see. That's what you like to see in a candidate. You know, someone strong like that. Bobby Newport.
Who wants a Bobby Bar?
Yeah. Speaking of the Newport family, Bobby Newport with a 110.1, trying to improve on this time. We'll see what he can get here. It looks like he was having a pretty good lap. I think he can bring into the 109s. Can he get into P5 or possibly P4? Comes down to this here. Nope, he's just gonna dive into the fence.
No, I believe that was the hot lap that he aborted. Not sure how much time is left for him. 4 minutes. He might go back up quick again, see what happens. But
I think he'll have enough time. Austin now coming on his lap. Let's see, he's coming at to the end of Sector 2 here. We'll see where he's at.
So a blue flag. Is that dozen years of darkness again? No, that's the other. That's Pigeon.
Austin is a 10th up on his time right now. He's trying to upend Dave, who's at a 109.5.
I'm not going to comment further on the lap of LA King's Dave. I respect him as a competitor. I don't respect the lap time he set, however. So,
I mean, hey, I think that's a fair thing. That's a fair assessment. Austin getting some help here on this. Oh, 109.6, no. Just not enough to beat Dave, unfortunately. He's in P4. I think if he makes this in lap quick, he can get around and get another lap in if he wants to, I think. Oh, man.
the slow-going McLaren there in Sector 1. I believe he was just moving out of the way. Unfortunately, Austin just didn't cut enough corners out there, didn't leave it all on the line. Oh, a Strange Place actually has a collision with Austin.
Uh-oh.
Not looking good between the sisters. They're not sister teams anymore. My mistake.
Yeah. That is not going to help Strange Place. He's definitely got to improve on this time now. That's going to drop him to P13 currently. We are almost down to 2 minutes and 30 seconds left in this qualifying. Pigeon is going to go out for another lap. We're going to ride along with him on his out lap currently right now. Going down the straight. DRS open. Gerard, remind the viewers, how much extra speed do you get with the DRS? Oh, we got a follower. Thank you for following along. Thank you for watching our bad racing league.
Okay, there we go. Sorry about that. Technical difficulties from the broadcast side.
Blue also giving us the follow on the channel. Blue, shouldn't you be trying to set faster laps, faster follow times?
I respect both. A man who can do both, you know, maybe has his phone off and one hand on the wheel.
Eat my ass, Dan. Gladly, just bring the salt and pepper. Pigeon now getting his lap.
I cannot see that chat message. It's asterisk for me.
Pigeon, he's 2/10 up.
See how much he can cut that chicane without heading into the wall of champions and becoming a champion himself.
Maybe it'd be good fortune if he hits the wall of champions, because therefore you would be a champion if you hit the wall of champions, right?
Either one.
Looked like you got a good exit.
This is going to be very close.
This is gonna be close. Oh, 108.9! Oh my god!
What a lap! What a lap!
Oh my god! Oh, 108.9. He's on provisional pole. Dave is trying to get a lap going. Let's see what he can do on this one. I don't know if. Oh man, can Dave cut more corners than come 6/10s?
That's the question. How much can this man cut?
Just trying to keep it on track, Dave. Nope.
No, not quite. Oh, look! Oh, and there he goes!
There goes the wing.
Oh, and there goes the wing. Some might call that karma.
Bobby Newport, he is 3/10 down on this lap.
Let's see how much Bobby Newport can cut this here.
Oh,
and he loses it as well! And it's a disastrous final few minutes to qualify for the Ferraris.
Oh, the humanity!
Absolute disaster for the team in red.
I think that's gonna do it. Pigeon is P1 with a 108.9, Lightning behind him with a 109 flat, Dave in P3 with a 109.5, call it a 109.6 if you round up that one extra thousandth. Austin in P4 with a 109.6, and Eric in P5 with a 109.9. Wow. Disaster
really
for the Ferraris on the last laps there.
Yeah, it turns out Ferraris in Canada, fortune doesn't change.
That is gonna be it for qualifying, I believe. Wow.
Credit to Bobby Newport. He's still trying to take this car home.
You know, he's got the Canadian has a lot of pride. It's his country race, his home country race. My God.
Gotta wonder if the Ferraris are going to protest that qualifying result. However, with Dave in front of them.
I think we got radio. It's like, no, Michael, no, this is so not right, Michael, no. Oh my god, when did Ferrari become German? That's so strange.
It's so strange. Especially, did Toto transfer from Mercedes to Ferrari? Is that why he's upset?
It sounded like it. Oh, what is Toto doing in the Ferrari garage? I wonder. Batia,
well, actually, no. It would be Toto on the Mercedes side complaining about the Ferrari. We got it mixed up.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Well, there's
okay.
your top 10. Oh man, what a qualifying! Andrew in P11, just outside the top 10. I'm sure he can make those spots up just fine.
Carter has to be disappointed with 7th, though. Coming off the race win at this venue last year, not a great qualifying for him.
Well, the 1 of 10-3, man, some of these times are really close. Top 5 alone is separated by about a second, but woof. At the start here, it's going to be Lightning and Pigeon. Mano y mano.
Mano y mano.
We're getting ready here for the start. Teams, or drivers just getting that last second strategy, any strategy changes they want, when they want to pit. Getting those decisions made. Gerard, what was your strategy here last year, if you remember?
That is a very good question. I honestly don't recall. And that's not me like memeing or anything. I genuinely don't remember what I did for a strategy last season. For me this season, though, personally, I would stick it on a long first stint and try to get it only a 1-stop. You don't want a 2-stop here because of how fast of a track it is.
I think it's funny you say that because I actually think Lightning going in the grass a little at the start there.
Lightning exploring the lines that he saw Dave took in qualifying.
Yeah.
Most likely.
Hey, you know, one driver finds a secret in the paddock, all of a sudden everyone else wants to find that secret, you know?
Right. If you're not the one being copied, you're doing something wrong. But with a track that has a high likelihood for a safety car, you gotta wonder if that plays into the strategies of the teams here.
Is there a pool open on who we think crashes out first? Because I'd be interested to know those odds.
I have an idea, but that sounds too mean for me.
We are heading through Sector 2, into Sector 3. Drivers getting some heat in those tires.
As the fans get to sit there in the Lance Stroll grandstand as we see them round the hairpin.
You can see the drivers wiggling their cars about. Lightning disqualified from the session. I'm assuming he hit someone.
I believe it was Pigeon, as they are both disqualified from the session.
Well,
2 leaders who have fought all season long, not off to a great start in this race here. Either.
Already battling. They want the position. They want the position on the formation lap too. Even, you know.
And who can blame them? They're just natural competitors.
Interesting note here, Gerard. Mercedes is 3-4, and they are sandwiched between 2 Ferraris.
That is very interesting. I don't know the composition of the bread in a Ferrari sandwich, but it can't be a good one for the Mercedes team.
I think it's just an Italian sandwich, isn't it?
Italian sub? Who knows?
Yeah, Italian sub. You know, mamma mia. It's a spicy.
Classic Italian, mamma mia.
Get the spicy capicola, baby.
You know, you gotta wonder if the Ferraris did carbo load with fettuccine alfredo before this race.
Oh man, you know, before I do any sort of activity, a physical activity, I always make sure I carbo load on some fettuccine alfredo.
Some fettuccine alfredo. Let's just see some predicted pit stop strategies here.
We're getting ready here. We lights are going to be on. They are on. We have 5 lights. It's a long wait. We are off racing. Looks like Pigeon got a good exit or a good start. Dave trying to go inside.
Line. Dave
a bit brave. Who sneaks in there? Austin sneaks into P3.
That's a good start by Austin. Bit of a wobbly start from Dave. He went off the line there, and the Mercedes followed him there, Eric.
Oh boy, Lightning right on Pigeon's tail. He's on the Pigeon tail. He's trailing Pigeon. Wait, that's a crow. Darkness, he is retired from the session. Austin getting a little wobbly.
It's got a sting for the driver who just simply wanted to finish the race.
Yeah, you're a rookie driver, these things happen. Mistakes are going to happen your first year in the BRL. You know, it's a big stage.
Doesn't look like we'll get an early safety car here.
Does not. We are tight at the top, though. Pigeon barely leading Lightning, who's barely leading Austin. Dave already falling a second behind.
Austin had a fantastic start, jumping up a couple positions, or at least one position, I should say.
You know, and this is where Austin really wants to be on this sort of thing. He likes being patient and waiting for the opportune time to strike. He will let you make mistakes.
Absolutely, and it's a style that I can respect.
You simply, it's good driving. You know, it's strategic driving.
Because sooner or later, you've got to think that the top two there will have a comeuppance of some sort, a come-togetherness, if you will.
Come together. We have seen it before. These two battling. Lightning really pushing Pigeon right now. It's gonna be interesting once DRS is enabled next lap.
As Yuki Tsunoda weasels his way into 6th place here, ahead of Carter. That's interesting.
We had 4 drivers in the pits. Bobby Newport hit the pits. Strange Place hit the pits. Andrew hit the pits. Same with Nick.
I'm wondering if Bobby Newport perhaps had an altercation as Dave went off and the Mercedes followed him, that he also then had a collision.
It's possible.
We'll have to check the replay.
We'll have to check the replay on that. Unfortunately, we don't have instant replay. We don't have that kind of budget, but. What I'm trying to say here is Cody's fix your shit. Going around. We got a yellow flag in sector 2. Let's see if anybody's dropping on the timing.
That looks like an Alpine or a Williams on the map there. That slid off.
Lightning just still on Pigeon. These two are battling. Lightning has DRS. I don't think it's going to be enough.
And soon, what once was a Ferrari sandwiched the Mercedes, it is now the opposite, with the Mercedes collapsing in on LA King's Dave.
Uh-oh. They better look out. We're going to see, though. Can Lightning pull this off? They're coming around the hairpin. As there's a deep drive to left field by Castellanos, and it's a 4-1 ball game.
And this is the last time you'll be wearing that headset.
Lightning with the DRS now. Can he... He's using that overtake. I don't know if it's going to be enough. It's not.
Not quite. He's gonna late brake though.
Late break. He's got DRS again. He's much closer. If he can't get it on this, I think he's got him in the next section. He's going inside.
He's gonna go for it.
He goes inside. Can he make it stick? I think. Oh.
He can make this right-hander stick, as it tends to slide out the back end. But
Oh, he's got it. Lightning's P1. Pigeon's right behind him though. Oh man, Pigeon right on him.
He's gonna get some DRS here as well.
Yep. We're gonna see. We're watch that back flap open. It's open, baby.
They'll go on to the left, looking for that better exit off that second-hand turn. He won't get it though. In fact, he'll lose a bit of time going for that move.
You still have this next DRS section coming up. Late brakes just a little bit.
And he's gonna have a good run off this line here, using that ERS.
Oh, this one's gonna be close. Will there be enough time to pull a move off? Oh, Lightning really breaking the toe.
With some dangerous weaving there down the straight.
Defends that inside. Oh, they bump a little!
That's some morally hazardous racing from the two drivers there. But Pigeon will come off clean.
Tough competitors. Neither wants to give an inch to each other. Just some good battling. Pigeon back in P1. We saw this in Bahrain. We're seeing it again in Canada. We're going to check in on other drivers, though, as Carter trying to get around Yuki.
And Austin trying to get around Dave here.
Oh, I didn't see that. Dave overtook Austin. Carter coming up to Yuki now in this DRS section. Austin definitely wants to get around Dave. He does not want Dave holding him up.
Austin seems to be having a little trouble on these tires.
Carter not going to be able to get past Yuki just yet, but he might have a good shot here on this second DRS section here. See what kind of run he gets.
As the ERS is down, the back flap is wide open for that drag reduction system, dropping his pace by a few tenths.
He goes inside on Yuki. He makes it stick. Carter in P6.
That's Austin here, still fighting against Dave. It's Mercedes and Ferrari in Sector 1 of Canada, where historically nothing has gone wrong for either.
Nothing could possibly
as
go
Dave,
wrong.
as Dave gets a little wobbly there as I say that.
Dave looking real loose. Also gonna try going outside on him.
No, he respects the drive of Dave.
He's got DRS though. Nope, not gonna be able to move inside. So good battles here early on.
And Lightning is gonna get a good exit out of the hairpin against Pigeon again.
You know, close battling like this, it's gonna come down to strategy, I think. Who's gonna have a better strategy here?
So Lightning is gonna send it on the inside of the chicane. Maybe cut a few lines. Cuts close to the wall of champions, but he's gonna make it stick and have that DRS going again into turn 1.
Austin, Dave's diving into the pits. Dave making the early pit call. Austin back in P3. He's gonna have to do what he can to get position, or put as much space as he can. As he's sliding a little, I think the tires are starting to go out for him. Got Bobby Newport going back into the pits.
That's rough for him. That's his second visit already.
Yeah. Eric, I noticed, was having a little trouble with practice. Maybe just couldn't get the car quite set up to his liking just yet.
As we see Pigeon here out of the hairpin against Lightning. We might see another move here.
Yep.
But he's not using his ERS, so maybe he's going to save it for a lap.
Yeah, maybe he's just trying to harvest.
Lightning with that weave again. Not a fan of that.
The Zoomy boys going around yet again.
As he's going to make a move here on turn
Oh,
1.
he's going inside. Oh, they bump a little. Looks like Lightning's wing is okay.
What a battle between these two.
No, yeah, it's just, you know, the DRS is really helping that P2 car, really helping them keep close and stay in this one.
Bobby Newport with an absolute nightmare Canadian Grand Prix, but behind him, though, is Fly By Night. Can't say I saw him having that much trouble.
Yeah. I mean, if this is the kind of racing we're getting, then what is ISRL, if not compared to the BRL? I mean...
Minor league at best.
Yeah, just Bush League, one could say, if this is what the ISRL is sending. Is both the Honda and the big... Oh, no! Lightning gets a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane.
He sent it way too quickly in after Pigeon,
no.
following him into the pit lane. But that was something that the drivers had discussed in the pre-race briefing, to not send it into that pit lane when you're following another car in. And Lightning did just that, and he has reaped the consequences.
Austin also pitting behind Pigeon and Lightning. He's just going to stick with this strategy. I think he's going to be pitting when they pit. Lightning, though, with a 5-second penalty. Oh, man.
He'll most likely have to serve that in his second stop, as we assume he will make.
Yep. Let's, yeah, I mean, it's either that or you try to make these mediums last as long as possible.
Which, that's a tall order.
Going to Carter here as he's battling with Mick Schumacher trying to get past him, who's also going to have a... Seems like we're going to have a battle with Dave here. A lot of good battles today.
Yeah, a lot of good individual spats we've seen.
Both Carter and Dave made their first pit stops.
As we see Bobby Newport coming up on You're My Boy Blue, 2 seconds behind. Mind you, it's a fight for 17th place. It's a fight nonetheless.
That's Carter taking some liberties with that corner.
Not surprising. You know, former teammates with Dave. We saw what Dave did in qualifying, so it's going to be a very interesting battle between these two as to who can cut the most corners the legalist way possible as they fight for position.
Carter is going to have to do what he can to get past Dave here as quick as he can, because Dave is going to be running into a DRS train here by the looks of it.
And Dave will do whatever he can to maintain that spot. As Pigeon is once again behind Lightning. So we have a yellow in second.
Oh, Anders retired from the session. No. Wonder if he crashed out.
As we have a safety car out on track.
Oh, interesting.
That's interesting is only, I believe, a handful of the drivers have made their pit stops, some way sooner than others.
Yeah, ooh, wow, yeah, Latifi hasn't, Raikkonen hasn't, Mazepin hasn't. Everyone else has, though. Oh, boy. That makes things certainly interesting, especially for Austin, too, because that helps close up that 15-second gap now.
Oh dear, strange place. AlphaTauri.
Man, all these penalties, we're looking like the ISRL right now.
Truly, Bush League material from these drivers. Disappointing, to say the least.
We're not mad, we're just disappointed.
Gotta wonder though, if the drivers who've made 2 stops at the bottom, Bobby Newport and Fly by Night, they'll have fresh tires. Bobby Newport actually is on the hard tires, so you'd think that he can make it to the end potentially on this set.
Yeah, just
And
gotta
he'll be right back bunched up there.
Just gotta try to keep it close to the group.
Three-lap old tires for Bobby Newport. Staple on 24 more. Is it possible? Well, I guess we'll see.
Yeah, the Strange Place has 8-lap full tires. Pigeon Lightning and...
Carter gets a penalty for speeding under the safety car.
Oh boy, Carter. This is our top 3. I have 2-lap old tires. Dave made his pit stop way early, and he has four old lap tires. 4-lap old tires.
Right now, you got it.
Yeah, I was getting there.
Strange Place pits for new softs. That's bold. That is an AlphaTauri strategy call if I've ever seen one. As Fly by Night also makes a pit stop, maybe going onto those hard tires, following Bobby Newport to go to the end of the race.
Carter gonna have a drive-through penalty. He's gonna have to serve after the safety car.
And that's gonna sting after the group is all bunched up.
Yep.
As we see what tires that Nick fits, he puts
Thankfully,
on
this
mediums.
is a short pit, just in general.
As Nick is serving his penalty under safety car, that's a smart move on his part.
I imagine Nick will be putting on the hards so that he can
He
go...
did not. He actually put on new mediums.
Ooh, interesting.
As Lightning is trying to overtake his Aston Martin companion in the safety car.
He just wants to say hi to Burn, you know? How's it going? Well, as we get along with the safety car, we'd just like to remind you folks, this stream and this Grand Prix is actually brought to you by Sweetums. If you can't beat them, Sweetums.
Yeah, if I were a fan out in the stand today, I'd whip out Bobby Bar or 2, maybe a Nutribar as well, just as a light appetizer or cleanse of palate.
You know, my perfect day, Gerard, my perfect food day is I go to Paunch Burger for lunch, and then for dessert, and then after my snack, whatever you want to call it, I have a Nutrient bar. It's all those nutrients that the Sweetums factory packs into those babies.
Delicious. All the natural corn syrup you get in there, perfect for the digestive system.
That is correct.
They thanked him. 3 people thanked him. Why do I have to thank him?
I'm sure if you show this to any health professional, they would not only recommend it, but actively encourage you to consume more of it.
Nutrient. It's actually kind of healthy.
Corn is a fruit after all.
Yeah, it is. You know, it's healthy. It's good for you, and I mean, anything that you make into a syrup can't be bad for you. Like, that's all I'm saying.
Oh, of course not. It's all natural. It has
If it
to be.
tastes that delicious, it's obviously good for you.
Of course. Sweetums would not have it any other way.
No.
Bobby Newport's dad can vouch for that.
Exactly. You're getting yet another lap under this safety car.
After all, we would not have this race at this venue if not for Sweetums.
That is true. You know, they wanted to rename this this Grand Prix to something else, but then Sweetums in a statement said that if they got rid of the Bobby Bar 150 naming, then they would move the factory out of Montreal.
Into Mexico, of all places.
Oh my god.
But with Bobby's participation and the naming rights secured, he convinced them to stay, and that's a noble act by our very own Bobby Newport.
Thank you, Bobby Newport. Currently running P16 for Ferrari. Gerard, what are your predictions for this race on this safety car restart?
I gotta think about Lightning's penalty. You know, will he serve it immediately after? Will he decide to build a gap first? You know, that's going to be a big decision for the Aston Martin team.
Now, here's a wild idea. Oh, safety car coming in this lap. Before the safety car comes in, here's a wild idea. Would you have pitted, served your penalty, and put on the hards and run that for the rest of the race?
I would have absolutely pitted and put on hards for the rest of the race, just to see what I can do. Because we never know if there's going to be another safety car, or at what point it could be at. We could be faced with an Abu Dhabi situation where there's a rogue safety administrator that decides the outcome on his own. We don't know.
So we're back to racing now. Drivers are off. Safety car is into the pits. Once again, we have Pigeon and Lightning just on each other.
Immediately, like they never left.
Austin following in P3.
Austin is also present. You are correct.
Let's see here. Eric trying to get past Carter now. He's close in. Carter separated from Dave by a second. Is separated from Austin by a second, and Austin separated from Pigeon by a second. We got a pretty tight midfield here from P3 to P10.
Bobby Newport begins his charge back up the field, hoping to finish the race on these tires, presumably.
And on with Eric, he is close in on Carter. Eric really taking it to Carter, right on his tail.
Good battle shaping up. As
Carter going into the pits. Oh, he served his drive-through. Yeah.
Penalty. You have to wonder if that was the right call to do it this sooner, to try to build a gap first.
Yeah,
although it is a drive-through, so he would have to serve it within the next 3 laps. Rip that Band-Aid off, Carter.
Blue now trying to get Blue and Bobby Newport battling now. This is for P14.
I believe actually it was Bobby Newport that made the overtake on Blue. And now coming up on Mick Schumacher as he sends it in.
Whoa!
What an aggressive move by Bobby Newport.
Bobby Newport has overtaken the car.
He ate his Nutribar this morning, folks.
Blue now onto Mick Schumacher. Can he get past him? Can he get past Haas? He's going inside. He's not gonna be able to make it stick. He looked inside, but it wasn't there.
We might be able to witness a masterclass from Bobby Newport for the remainder of this race. I'm very excited to see what he can do.
When Eric's back is against the wall, look out.
As
Blue gets around Mick.
Pigeon Lightning once again heading in as Lightning takes some lenience with the lines on the chicane there. Blue's right on his tail.
Oh, DRS is enabled on this lap. Whoa, Strange Place really sending it on Blue. That was a great overtake. It's the double. It's a double Dion.
We have some debris on the main straight here. We gotta wonder where that came from. Because we have another safety car as well.
Oh, another safety car. Interesting.
Not good for Lightning, as not only does he have fresher tires longer, but so do his competitors, and he still needs to serve that penalty either now or at the end of the race. As we see, oh, it's actually Jacques Strepp that has no front wing on his car.
Oh no.
Gotta wonder what happened there.
Well, I saw that Kimi got a penalty for bumping him, so I wonder if he sent him off and sent him into sent him into a wall or something.
Must think the Wall of Champions is involved, as the debris was strewn across the main straight.
Oh, that is true. Yes.
It's Bobby Newport up to 13th now from the last stoppage.
That's a
Keeping
good
those tires
spot for him to
longer.
be in, because everybody in front of him is still gonna have to make a stop.
Yeah, we might have seen a strategic coup from the Ferrari team.
Ferrari, not known to be master strategizers, so this is interesting to see.
No, we might have finally seen the Ferrari master plan, and it's currently playing out for us. I'm so curious as to how this is going to play out. Dare I say he might podium.
Interesting enough, Eric did not have his team switch his wing out.
As Bobby Newport
Maybe
actually
he
just
did.
goes right into the back of a car, and he lost his front wing. He's going to have to pit again. No idea what happened there. Massive braking from one of the AI drivers on the main straight there. Either Alonso Giovinazzi or Mazepin, but that is unfortunate. That is not Bobby Newport's fault at all.
Unless there's a visual bug on my screen, I don't think Eric got a new wing. Oh,
You're
he
talking
definitely did not
about-
get a new wing. Does he
Jock?
have? Yeah. Does he have a wing on your screen?
Yes. No, he doesn't. Oh dear. He pit and he did not get a new wing. Unless it's just a visual bug, but I'm not seeing it.
I'm not. I don't think he got a wing. Oh no.
Mercedes really using that extremely low downforce setup on a fast track like Canada. You gotta wonder why they didn't save this setup for a place like Monza, where it would have benefited them more.
I just imagine Toto right now is just slamming his desk in anger.
I mean, you gotta wonder. Bose chose not to renew their contract with Mercedes for the upcoming season. You have to wonder if it was due to the negligence towards headsets of Toto Wolff.
The good news for Eric is that well, we're still under safety car, so he can get in and
He makes another attempt at a wing.
get a wing this time.
And Bobby Newport is going to be right there ahead of him, also getting a new front wing. That is extremely unfortunate, though, for Bobby Newport. He's going to get...
Lightning retired from the session. What?
Oh, dear. Oh, dear. What happened there? Oh, he's in the wall in the first of the corners.
Oh
He might have lost it.
no!
Oh, dear. Maybe he will join us in the booth. He most likely will. He tends to do so. And he can give us an explanation. But that is LA King's David now at a podium spot. And Pigeon, who is with Lightning, has been out in the front of the pack all race. You'd think he can just make it because he's racing it now.
Hey, also Yuki Tsunoda P4.
Good for him. You know, there's a lot of drivers backing him right now. Points are going to go to someone. We don't know who.
I have good news, by the way. Eric has a wing.
Good for Eric. Mercedes did learn from their mistakes. That's what you love to see out in the BRL. And Bobby Newport also has a wing. Bobby Newport, though, back on the mediums now. He's going to try to make those tires last in the other race. Still an advantage compared to the pack, especially with those who chose to go on softs, like Latifi and Raikkonen. Very curious as to what happened with Lightning.
Yeah, safety car's coming in this lap. Let's go to the front.
Carter back down on hards. He made a pit stop as well.
That must have been after he started his drive-through.
Strategy has entirely gone out of the window this race.
We're back to racing. It's Pigeon P1, Austin P2, and then Dave in P3.
As you'd think by this point, Pigeon will make quick work of the rest of the field here, as he's shown throughout the race.
The question for Austin is, can he hold Dave off?
What a turn of events here.
Man, 4 DNFs. Oh, just brutal.
Bobby Newport rebattling Nikita Mazepin now, going wheel to wheel down this straight. No DRS, obviously, until 3 laps post-safety car, but he's going to make that move stick regardless. Jacques Sharp and Carter down in 12th and 13th, out of the points entirely. In strange place, up in the points entirely.
He's followed by Nick, though. Nick right behind him.
Another safety car. We gotta wonder what that's about.
Oh, yeah, Sector 3.
There's a slow going. It looked like Eric and Carter had an altercation because they were slow going out of the hairpin.
Here's Nick trying to get past Mick Schumacher. He's going inside. Can he get the double? He cannot.
Strange place. He's going to hold him up a little bit. But I'm going to be paying attention to Eric and Carter down in 15th and 16th because they seem to be at each other's throats just a little bit.
Certainly a battle we'll have to keep an eye on. Check in after, see if we'll see if Nick can make this move stick. If he can get past Strange Place and into P7. Might need some help from DRS. It looks like the top three are settling out right now. Austin with a almost 2.5 second gap, and he's got a gap to, also got a 2-second gap to Dave, so seems like those three are just settling in. Meanwhile, we've got some tough racing here as we get positions 4 through 10 figured out for the rest of the points.
DRS is back on, folks. Means the drivers will have that drag reduction system enabled, allowing them to pry open that back wing down the straight when you're less than a second behind.
Only when you're less than a second behind at the DRS detection point.
Unless you're Yuki Tsunoda in preseason testing.
As look who has snuck into P9 to make this even more interesting is Bobby Newport, putting pressure on Nick.
You know, they say Bobby Newport's never gotten a real job, but he's making a job of himself right now, getting back in the points.
He's really earning that. He's really earning that Newport fortune right now.
You can only hope his father's watching on, proud of him finally.
We got a big DRS train now between these three.
A strange place. Commendably, we've seen his struggles before, but he's doing a very good job of keeping it in the points for his teammate. As AlphaTauri's in 2 very solid spots.
He's gonna dive down! Eric's gonna dive down on Nick!
Bobby Newport's gonna make that pass as we have another yellow flag in sector 30. And Bobby Newport's actually gonna take a penalty?
Really?
Looks like he has a penalty here.
Oh,
let's check the race.
Eric out of this race. Strange Place going into the pits.
Oh, Eric is out of this race. How close was he to Carter? Just curious.
I think they were pretty far off.
Okay. As a quarter of the field now sits motionless, either in their cars on the side of the track or in shock in the garage. Carter making another pit stop. He's making another pit stop after the pit stop.
It's been a thing for quite a few of our drivers. They can definitely wish for a different a redo, a mulligan.
I do believe that Jacques Sharp did have he must have had an altercation with Carter because Carter's getting another front wing.
Carter's out.
Carter's retired.
Aston Martin retiring the car.
That is a shocking call, especially after finishing the pit stop. You gotta wonder if the budget people in the team were happy with that choice.
They're having some trouble getting past Gio here.
A strange place, pit again. Truly a wild day, as Bobby Newport is in 4th place now.
He's still got suspended. Let's check.
I will check.
Detail. Penalties. He has a 5-second penalty.
Collision with Mazepin. But, you know, with the amount of time left, you think you can build that gap a bit. Although with Flebanet behind him, that's not a tall, that's a tall task. Tall order ahead of him.
That is true. And what kind of pace can Nick actually show here?
You know, Bobby does have the newer tires by a significant margin. But what a strange day for the Buster Racing League.
Blue dove into the pits as well. Getting on a new set of tires.
Actually, you know what? You got to think that perhaps the top 3 pit again. Perhaps the 5th and 6th pit again. Perhaps Bobby Newport's going to end up in 1st, as we see an apology posted by jockstrap to Carter, looking like he was at fault for whatever collision they might have had. Will Bobby Newport pull this off? So another yellow flag in sector 2 and 3.
Now, Dave in P3, if Eric catches up to him, does Dave let him go, or are they free to race?
You got to think for the team here, with his teammate having a penalty. If I were Dave, I'd help out. I'd help out my teammate for sure. But it is seriously a consideration. Will the top 3 have to pit again, or will they go 11 more laps on these tires? Which is
I
a
don't
long
know.
time on medium tires.
That is a very long time. I mean, we've had 2 safety cars, so 6 laps under safety car, give or take. Yeah, I don't know. That's tough. This is why I'm not a strategist. Eric is slowly chopping that time down between him and Dave. I think he's gonna be in a pretty good spot here to take a podium, but he's still got that
11 laps under
5-second
tires. 5-second time penalty, but you know what? With the amount of time lost to a pit stop, with not much gap between. Oh, as we see Austin pit. That's the first one to fall. Here we go, Bobby. And folks, as a disclaimer, despite the namesake of the race being the Bobby Bar 150, we have no considerations for the driver for Ferrari. He is racing his race. We are commentating our own. Please make no further comments.
It's always a good thing, It's always a reassuring thing when you have to say that. It's like, no, trust us. We're not in this pocket.
Folks, our lawyers have just actually told me in my earpiece it is very legal, very cool. As Austin actually is not too far behind Bobby Newport either.
No, he has fresher tires. This is going to take him to the end.
Oh man, this is going to be very interesting for Bobby.
Is Pigeon's diving into the pits. Let's see what's Dave going to do. Dave's also going in.
Going to pits. And Bobby Newport is the leader of the Canadian Grand Prix with 10 laps to go and a 5-second gap that he must elongate to his competitors behind him. As Flybynet will surely also make a pit stop, and he is not going to this lap, perhaps the next one.
Here comes Austin. Where's he going to come out? He passes Dave. Is he going to get him on track, though? I think he is. Yep.
He's going to get that much better of an exit with not much of a fair advantage.
Once again, Dave gonna have to hold off, or Austin gonna have to hold off Dave here.
As Pigeon already within 5 seconds of Bobby, though he is behind Flybynet, which he's gonna let him by though. Flybynet knows that this is not his race to race.
It's all of a sudden just got really tense in this race.
You know, we've been building towards this with all the uncertainty, with all the mismanaged strategy and all the safety cars we've had. It was always going to lead to something of a conundrum as we close out the final laps.
It's true. Pigeon now, he's closing the gap to Bobby Newport.
As we see if Flybynet takes a pit stop, he doesn't. As we might hear from Lightning for the first time since his exit.
Some rotating stuff here. We're on lap 27 of 35. Pigeon just under 3 seconds behind Bobby Newport, who currently has a race lead. He does have a 5-second penalty. Flybynight in third. 1.5 seconds behind Pigeon. And then right behind him is Austin in P4 with 6 seconds. About a 6-second gap here that he's got to close out.
You gotta wonder if Bobby maybe tries to force Pigeon into an error, perhaps, or he just lets him by.
Yeah, I don't know, because I don't know if he might be saving up to serve that penalty. Because right now he'd be coming out about 8th, I think.
Which, you know what? I would take track position first and let the penalty start out later because he has a much better chance of
He's
maybe
leading this race.
podium.
Pigeon with fastest lap at a 1:11.4. Pigeon now within a second of Eric. Oh, he's going outside. He's got it inside.
That is a nice move by Pigeon.
That was a great move.
Surgical.
And he's got DRS on this straight here, gonna help him out a little more.
As Bobby Newport now switches modes from trying to outrun Pigeon to try to mitigate damage caused by his penalty.
He's got Nick right behind him, and then Austin behind him as well.
I think the key here is just to survive against Austin. He has it, still a couple seconds of gap here. It's not impossible. Austin is on the much fresher tires though.
Austin is also dealing with Dave here, who is closed the gap on him as well.
Teammates come to call every time they're needed, and you're seeing that with Dave here.
Bobby Newport dropping into the pits. Austin trying to break that toe with Dave.
Oh, Bobby Newport's going to serve his penalty here. Maybe go on soft tires for the arrest. I don't know if I would have done this if I were him. I'll be honest.
Austin really needing to defend here from Dave.
As we see, Yuki Tsunoda going to pass Bobby Newport here. And the AlphaTauri goes into 5th place. Very solid results for the AlphaTauri drivers. All things considered, with the people we have seen not finish this race.
Yeah, 6 people DNFing. I was not expecting that for this race, to be honest with you.
No. Is that more people that DNF'd here than it was in a wet Baku?
I believe so.
Yeah, wild stuff. But you know what? We've come off a break. The drivers are hungry. They haven't raced in competitive fashion in a long time. You know, they're a little rusty and they're raring to go, and you can't really blame them for being a little rough around the edges.
It is true. Dave still trying to get past Austin. He cannot quite close the gap. He's gonna be close here. He's trying to go inside.
And Dave's gonna again use the lines very not well done. I do think the stewards probably have to look at some of the lines Dave has taken throughout the race because they are far from legal in many respects.
Dave getting past Austin here. Austin now gonna have to try to fight back to get that podium spot. 5 laps to go.
You have to wonder if the Ferrari cutting a corner to overtake Mercedes on Canada will be looked at by the stewards as it has in the past.
No, Austin get a little squirrely on that exit. Not a good exit.
Slava actually circumventing everything I said earlier about making a pit stop. He's going to go to the end of these tires.
Yeah, he's just, I mean, hey, he's P2 right now, and he started P18, P19? Or no, P11.
Yeah.
He was out of the points when he started, so.
It's a point that my point of ridicule of him earlier in the race, and of the ISRL by the both of us, might have to run back on.
Yeah, we might have to. Oh, Austin goes outside on Dave!
Oh, and what a move that was.
Maybe a little payback for that previous overtake at that same spot? I don't know.
If you dish it out, you got to be willing to take some back, and Dave is finding that out the hard way right now.
Man, to even send it on the outside too, that takes some massive balls.
That's a choice.
That's some cojones from the Mercedes driver.
Truly wild stuff as Bobby Newport here closing the gap on Fernando Alonso, and soon thereafter Yuki Tsunoda for a top 5 finish potentially.
Whew. So we've had some exciting racing here. There's 4 laps to go. Austin has just under a 3-second gap to get to Nick. Can he do it in 4 laps? As he slips a little coming on that exit. He does have Nick in his sights.
It's a race that truly has had everything, hasn't it?
No, it certainly has.
You gotta wonder if Austin and Dave come together a little too close on the next run. They are two drivers who are very aggressive. Austin is a patient man when trailing two leaders, but when his own battles, you know, we have to see if he can stick with that patient attitude, especially with so few laps remaining.
Yeah, time is ticking.
Alonso gets by Yuki, and Bobby Newport, though, ready to take advantage of that, also making his move on Yuki.
Trying to get around Yuki, he's not going to get it.
He's not going to get it, no. But with more grip on those soft, stickier tires, the red-marked softs.
Going on the inside.
Nice move by Bobby. But to be expected with the tire compounds at play.
And he has DRS. It's definitely going to help him because he was not within DRS range of Alonso before, and now he is. Oh, Dave overtakes Austin.
Oh, and they make some contact as Austin did he? I'm not sure if they made contact, but Austin took a flight over that barrier.
I did not see it, unfortunately.
He you know, there were lines on track, and Austin did not choose to fully utilize them. Actually, no, that was Dave that launched, not Austin. It's my mistake.
Doesn't seem like there's any damage to the front wing.
We talk of ground effects. Dave had full air effects on that one.
Boy, we got 2 laps to go. These two are... This is the battle right here that we are going to be sticking with.
Probably what's going to happen to DRS on Alonso here. I'll keep you updated there as you follow that battle ahead.
Austin really losing time to Dave here. Not a good hairpin.
You gotta wonder if frustration will seep into Austin as Bobby Newport dinks the back of Alonso's car through the hairpin as well, but he will have DRS as well as ERS.
Austin really pushing these mediums as far as they'll go. He's starting to slip out there a little.
Clean move by Bobby to get up into 5th. You wonder if he can take advantage and maybe rack up a podium spot if the two ahead of him spat further.
Coming up on the last lap here. Austin's really gonna need a good lap here to get past Dave if he wants that podium spot. Dave's also now within almost gonna be with it. He's within a second of Nick. This is gonna make things really interesting now.
Could see a very different podium from between now and the end of this current lap.
That is true. Also with DRS.
He is going to not send it quite yet, I don't believe.
Nope. I think he just wants to be patient on this one, but don't want to be too patient. He still has DRS on Dave here.
He is looking to send it into the first corner. Dave is going to cut him. No, they're going to make slight contact, and they're going to make more. Oh, and you have to wonder how they didn't end up in the wall together on that one.
My heart is racing right now.
Austin will have another chance for a DRS, although you wonder if he's actually going to be within that second window by that point.
Well, Dave's also within that DRS window too. This is not good for Austin.
You gotta wonder how the hairpin's gonna come into play here.
Yep.
Who will be the last of the late breakers?
Oh, Dave looked like he got a little squirrely coming out of there.
Austin had a very good exit out of that, so the turns.
Okay, here we go.
Austin with the wide burnout as
oh.
And you know what? Dave actually had the best exit out of the three.
Oh my god, Dave's got the traction.
Here. Dave was gonna make a big send most likely into the hairpin here for that second spot.
We have your winner for the Bobby Bar 150 Canadian GP, by the way, is Pigeon coming in P1.
Oh,
Dave sinks into P3!
Oh dear. Austin had a little much too ambition on that one.
What a battle for P2 through 4. Oh my god. Dave takes P2, gets past Nick for P3. Austin just outside in P4. That's a heartbreaker right there. What a battle in the last few laps, though.
What a race.
Big
Truly a
ups
race
to
that-
Bobby Newport for pitting 2, 3 times, 4 times.
I believe
finishing in
even more than
P5.
that.
That's a great.
Yeah.
That's a great weekend for Ferrari right there with P2 and a P5.
Bobby Newport had 4 stops in that race.
Gerard, your teammate coming in P8.
You know, that's a solid race for AlphaTauri. Solid race for the 2 Italian teams, actually. I might add.
Lou is going to come across the line at P11. I think that is his best finish this year. What a race! Woo.
Yeah, truly, you never know what's coming next in the Buster Racing League.
I wonder
as we
if.
saw from lap to lap.
Oh, there's our driver of the day. It is Nick. He gets the BRL cookie. He is the BRL cookie winner of the day for getting driver of the day.
Yeah, we hope you like maple cookies, Nick. What a race.
What a race. There's your podium.
And definitely we'll have to take a look at some replays after this one to understand some of the situations that transpired.
Wow. That race just happened. Canada always delivers. It's
Well done, Montreal.
well done indeed.
Merci beaucoup. À la prochaine. Where are we headed next?
I believe we're headed to France.
Well, there we go.
France
Like
or
French,
Austria?
real French.
I think we're going to real France.
Good result for the Canadian crowd here, seeing 2 of their countrymen on the podium.
Unfortunately, it was a bad day for a couple other Canadians. Carter finishing, not finishing. Lightning not finishing as well. Is he Canadian? I can't remember.
Canada isn't real, let's face it.
Darkness also DNFing. Rough race for some, but a great race for others.
Yeah.
That's what you're gonna get in the BRL.
Until next time.
Until next time.